Hey guys, Kentucky Knife Hunter here, and today I'm back with another video, and I'm going to be showing off some Rosecraft knives today. I recently, well, let's see, beginning of last year, or beginning of this year rather, I bought my first Rosecraft knife, and it was the Beaver Creek Barlow. Here it is, and I love this knife. I've showed it in a few shorts. I've done a video over this knife, and it is probably one of my favorite slip joints. So that being said, I hadn't really bought another Rosecraft. I don't know why. I just hadn't, and I hadn't really looked at them or anything like that. And then me and my boys was watching a video, and Clark's Kentucky Knives. He bought a few of them, and he bought some. I think one or two of them was the seconds. I can't remember now. It's been a little while back. But anyway, I was like, man, I didn't even know they had seconds. So I thought, well, that'd be a cheap way to try some knives out, see if I like it. So I ended up buying one of the Appalachian Jacks, and for a second, it was actually really good. So if you buy it for a work knife, for sure, it was like $27.50, and the quality and everything was there with mine that I got. So I got to looking at some of the other knives on there, and I saw another knife on there, but it was out. So I put, I put in my email address so they notify me or whatever. And whenever they come in, I went ahead and ordered that. So my Rosecraft, excuse me, collection is growing, and these won't be my last ones because they're actually they're very good quality knives. Now the price point, however, is up there a little bit. So some of them's a little pricey. So that's really probably the main reason why I put off of buying Rosecraft so much, because I can buy a case knife for just a little bit more. So usually I'll probably gravitate more towards that, towards an American-made knife. But some of the designs and stuff that they have, I really like them. So, you got to go with function and design and stuff like that too. Whenever you like buy knives and collect knives and using knives, so I kind of look at that stuff too. But anyway, like I said, this knife right here, the pulls on it are perfect. I've showed this knife off before. This is my Beaver Creek Barlow knife. I really like the handles. Whenever I bought this one, I think orange was the only one available, and since then they have like a smoky gray. So I would have went with a smoky gray over the orange, personally, but I still like the orange. It doesn't look bad, and this is a very good usable work knife. So it's in D2, and I think most of their knives that they have are in D2. I think they got some higher end, I think it's called like a Clinch River, like a swayback, and it's a button lock, and I think they can get them in N390. I think it's really the only steels that I've seen, but I've not really looked at a whole lot of different ones besides this. But yeah, love this knife, the Beaver Creek Barlow. You cannot go wrong with that one if you're thinking about them. Never handled one. I think you would be really pleased with those, and especially if you like a Barlow knife, the feel and the size is really good. So like I said, I bought the Appalachian Jack, and like I said, I got this one as a second. So you tell me what's wrong with it. You can't really see anything that's wrong with it. The only thing I found was right here with the grind at this little pry bar, and then I didn't find this. My boy found it down there in the where the blade goes. There's a little bit of marking down there, a little bit of marred, where somebody got down in it with a like a Dremel or something. Other than that, this knife is perfect. It's in black micarta. It's got a pretty good looking clip point, super pointy at the tip. It's like that's something that you don't always get with a pocket knife anymore. It seems like some companies just don't do the tip very good, and you got a blunt tip, and you can't, that's kind of defeats the purpose for some tasks that you want to use it for. But yeah, steel liners, everything's good and tight. It's got that rosebud shield on it. I like a good clip point. I like the swedging on it because that makes it really narrow down at the tip, and makes you, for puncturing and getting into stuff like that, it makes it really nice. Probably my least favorite thing about this, and I didn't know whenever I bought it whether I'd like it or not, and that's why I ended up buying this one on the seconds, is this little pry tip on there. So it's not that it's bad, it's just kind of, to me, that's a little bit thick for a pry tip. So if I'm trying to get into something and want to pry around on it, you better already have a pretty good gap in it before I can get that in there. So not really functional for some stuff. Now you could open paint cans with that. I think it would be perfectly fine for that. You might even be able to scrape some stuff off of there, scrape a sticker off something, scrape a gasket off. I don't know. So I mean, it's probably got its uses. It's just a little bit thick on there, and then it kind of protrudes. So I don't really know how it'll wear on your pocket for a while. But if you pack it in a pocket slip with the top of it down, then that's just going to kind of hang up there, and it's really not going to affect your pocket any. And that's how I pack it, is in a slip. So it's a cool knife. I like it. I like the name of it. I am an Appalachian American, and I like the Appalachian jackknife. So I think that's cool. And then here's the one that I just got. I did a short over this. I'm not doing a video over it, but they call this one the Nola Chucky Jack. And I think they name a lot of these after rivers down around the Tennessee area. So this one, it says it's in a moss brown bone. This one right here, to me, now I'm not real super great with collars sometimes whenever they get real close. Looks more like a green, but you might disagree. So if you do, that's fine. Let me know if you think it looks green or brown, because to me it looks green. But really pretty knife. I like the looks of it. I like green better than I do brown anyway, so that doesn't bother me that it looks green. And it's a spear point. All these have half stops, and the half stops are really good. The pulls on all these are really good. So this has got a big, wide spear point. They call it. It's more like a leaf type shape, because that is kind of got a good belly in it. To me, that looks like it'd be good for skinning possibly. It's got a very good acute tip on it as well. Some swedging at the top, and it's in D2 as well. So this one's got the new Tang stamp. That's right, it's stamped, not etched. There's some reputable knife companies going away from stamping their knife blades anymore, and I think that's sad. I like the stamp better than I do the edge, but maybe they'll go back to the stamping them case and not etching your stamps. So, but anyway, those are the three that I have. So not a very big collection, but it is growing, and it'll probably continue to grow, because I do like these, and I do have my eye on a couple more of them that I will probably be getting in the future. So if you've never tried a Rosecraft out and you've been kind of on the fence about it and you're thinking about it, the quality is there. The pulls are consistent. If you are a Swiss Army guy, then you know what a consistent pull feels like. Every Swiss Army to me feels almost the same, and that's good. That's something that I feel like should be a goal for knife makers, and Rosecraft has that going on for them. The pulls are consistently around a 5, I think, in my opinion. They're not too weak. They're not too stiff. They're about perfect. And they do that. Like I said, these are the three that I got. All three of them, the pulls feel the same, and they feel really good. So I don't think you'd be disappointed in that. The quality is there. There's no gapping in these whatsoever. They look good. So you can't go wrong with one, I don't think. Like I said, they are made in China. That's really the main downfall. But I do know that on their site that it says that they're looking to make put a factory here in the U.S. So hopefully that happens, and we'll see what comes out of that. And I think there'll be some really great knives. I think they'll be very highly sought after knives because they do very good quality work. So thought I'd show you those to you guys. See what you think about them. If you like this kind of content, like and subscribe, and leave me a comment, and I will catch you next time.